Richard commented. You got all that from a little story? Michael smiled. It wasn't the story, but what we did differently based on what we took from it. Angela admitted, I'm a little bit like him, so for me the most powerful part of the story was when Ha laughed at his fear and went on to paint a picture in his mind, where he saw himself enjoying new cheese. It made going into the maze less fearful and more enjoyable. And he eventually got a better deal. That's what I want to do more often. Frank grinned. So even hams can sometimes see the advantage of changing. Carlos laughed, like the advantage of keeping their jobs. Angela added, or even getting a good raise. Richard, who had been frowning during the discussion, said, My manager's been telling me our company needs to change. I think what she's really telling me is that I need to, but I haven't wanted to hear it. I guess I never really knew what the new cheese was that she was trying to move us to, or how I could gain from it. A slight smile crossed Richard's face as he said, I must admit I like this idea of seeing new cheese and imagining yourself enjoying it. It lightens everything up. When you see how it can make things better, you get more interested in making the change happen. Maybe I could use this in my personal life, he added. My children seem to think that nothing in their lives should ever change. I guess they're acting like him. They're angry. They're probably afraid of what the future holds. Maybe I haven't painted a realistic picture of new cheese for them. Probably because I don't see it myself. The group was quiet as several people thought about their own lives. Well, Jessica said, most people here are talking about jobs, but as I listened to the story, I thought about my personal life. I think my current relationship is old cheese. That has some pretty serious mold on it. Corey laughed in agreement. Me too. I probably need to let go of a bad relationship. Angela countered, or perhaps the old cheese is just old behavior. What we really need to let go of is the behavior that is the cause of our bad relationship, and then move on to a better way of thinking and acting. Ouch, Corey reacted. Good point. The new cheese is a new relationship with the same person. Richard said, I'm beginning to think there is more to this than I thought. I like the idea of letting go of old behavior instead of letting go of the relationship. Repeating the same behavior will just get you the same results. As far as work goes, maybe instead of changing jobs, I should be changing the way I am doing my job. I'd probably have a better position by now if I did. Then Becky, who lived in another city but had returned for the reunion, said, As I was listening to the story and to everyone's comments here, I've had to laugh at myself. I've been like him for so long, hemming and hawing, and afraid of change. I didn't realize how many other people did this as well. I'm afraid I've passed it on to my children without even knowing it. As I think about it, I realize change really can lead you to a new and better place, although you're afraid it won't at the time. I remember a time when our son was a sophomore in high school. My husband's job required us to move from Illinois to Vermont, and our son was upset because he had to leave his friends. He was a star swimmer, and the high school in Vermont had no swim team. So he was angry with us for making him move. As it turned out, he fell in love with the Vermont mountains, took up skiing, skied on his college team, and now lives happily in Colorado. If we had all enjoyed this cheese story together over a cup of hot chocolate, we could have saved our family a lot of stress.